Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time visiting my channel, my name is Felix. I'm a YouTube content creator from Indonesia. Okay guys, today I want to react to ARJ. Ultra Vegito finally meets Black Frieza. What the hell? What is Black Frieza? Man, I think it's a new Frieza after Golden Form, and maybe this is also in the new manga of Dragon Ball. Don't know, but I'm interested. Vegito meeting Frieza, and Vegeta has become somewhat like a mirror to Frieza in some aspect. So I'm interested in how will Frieza react seeing Vegito and everything. So let's just go guys, and let's just check it out on ARJ. Ultra Vegito finally meets Black Frieza after he absorbed Broly. He absorbed Broly, but there's still Jiren and Makoto, so I'm truly interested on how will that plays out as well. So without further ado, let's go, let's check, let's react. Okay guys, let's go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Attention!
What's the button?
This
Attention.
entire Ultra Vegito manga, along with countless other manga stories on this channel, each with literally hundreds of thousands to millions of views, have all been hand-drawn by myself.
Okay.
This one skill I learned, allowing me to sketch over 50 pages of manga in a
God.
week, every week, has landed me in
ARJ is just crazy. YouTuber making 120k euro or something per month, snubs lavish lifestyle ripping off parents' debts.
papers, TV, and with a 7-figure business that earns me over $60,000 a month from just my Patreon
He's
alone.
just crazy.
And now I'm finally gonna teach and show every single one of you the simple methods and never before seen techniques I use to draw all of these so extremely fast and easily on my new website at www.
Oh my god, what is this thing? He's gonna make the global anime industry into a reality or what? Make manga. So for every artist that desires to make their own manga who wanna be the next ARJ, man, this is your go-to, man. This is where you need to go. Like he'll give you tips, teaches you and everything. Man, it's online is just unbelievable.
All of you fans here have imaginations just as good as mine.
Just as good as mine. ARJ's story about Ultra Vegito, but there will be tons of other people who have a great imagination as well, but you can't just do it since you can't draw it just like ARJ. So if you're joining classes after this, I think there will be tons of fan mangas that will blow our mind, man.
Stories you wish you could tell, what if battles and Dragon Ball tales that you have in your head, but no way to put them down on paper and no means to pay an artist thousands of dollars for each chapter. But now you can learn directly from me the easiest and fastest way and for a shockingly low price. This price will only be available for a limited time and then will triple to its true value.
$27.
This is my introductory offer, so head down to the link below in the description or pinned comment to enroll now before it's too late. And of course, don't forget, the next part is
this is just crazy, man. For you guys who love to draw, want to create your own stories, want to be the next ARJ, just go to his page, to his link. $97 for you to learn a skill that you can master, that you can pursue and you can do. It's just freakingly insane. He is just getting to good, man. His goat. He's becoming a goat.
Enjoy.
Okay.
So our story continues with Vegito, now in his all-new bulked-up form. Having just absorbed whole the legendary Broly, his body several proportions larger and taller, as his entire being is surrounded in a powerful form. Complete with black lightning, as Vegito himself remains seemingly silent.
He's on Broly. He's absorbed Broly.
Before looking
He's
down
just
at
too
the palm
happy,
of his
man,
hands,
about his power.
albeit with missing pupils, and commenting, "So, this is what your power felt like, huh, Broly? How ridiculous. I feel like a monster. But the question is, does the power match up to the feat?"
Okay.
Before moving his hand down and ducking his head with a devious expression and continuing, "Well, I know just the
Oh.
move to determine that.
You want to test?
I wonder how it feels to..."
Oh! Broly's.
Out of nowhere, testing the abilities and techniques of the newly assimilated Broly, Vegito would then blast out of his mouth a gigantic breath of his own,
Oh.
purple in color instead of green, as the massive energy wave shoots straight out, traveling at light speed far off into the
He's
distance,
just getting crazy.
eventually reaching behind a mountain range of icy structures. And for a moment, as it makes impact, there is a brief silence before, in a gigantic explosion
Man.
of indescribable impacting sound,
Vegito
the
is really
entire
becoming
range of
monster,
ice
man.
mountains is erased in an instant, all before the unflinching
Mm.
Vegito, who once we zoom in on him, not only does he stand smirking at an impressed look, but smoke
He loves it.
bellows out of his burning hot mouth as he comments,
He loves it, man.
"A little bit of a sore throat, but I could get used to that." Before, just as fast as he shot out his beam, Vegito would then revert back to his normal recognizable
Okay.
form. Smoke coming from his lips as he carries on. "Powerful too, it seems. Don't even need to power it up before release. What a move, Broly. I'll be sure to honor your legacy by making use of that as much as I can." Eventually, then silencing the laughter as he would stand pondering what his next move should be.
Okay.
Will it be to take on Zeno, find the fourth and fifth, or something else? As he would then swiftly turn around, looking towards the black sky. And inside his head, once zoomed in, he would just think, "Now what? Every god of
It's
destruction,
done.
every single one of my family's killers, now
Is done.
fine, dead. Revenge may be mine, but until they're brought back, my mission does not end." As soon, the scene would then pan out deep into the sky, as if his next target would be out there.
Oh, okay. Makoto and Jiren.
But it wouldn't be in there that our story would actually then shift. As back with true Demon Jiren, his fight would be
Jiren
continued.
and the Blood Demon
As standing there
Makoto.
before him, with his back turned to us, would be Makoto. Now fully transformed into his mysterious Blood Demon
Okay.
state. As he looks calmly on at the former Pride Trooper and lets out, "Well, I don't suppose two demons will be allowed to battle here in the mortal
Okay.
realm for too long. The fifth is most likely already on his way. And couple that with the fact I haven't got long like this either. And it means your death will be quick, Jiren the Grey!" Instantly switching mid-sentence like a schizophrenic into a monstrous yell would be the Blood Demon, now with his ghastly teeth on show and his oversized tongue shooting out.
Love it.
before in a violent rage,
Man,
as
the
if
look of
forcefully commanding Jiren
Makoto is
forward,
just getting
Makoto
crazier and
then
crazier by the
slammed
minute.
both his feet down,
Both Vegito,
destroying the ground
Makoto is
below,
just getting
shaking the very
amazing.
core of the planet they are on.
It's been how many episodes since we've seen this bell going and going and going.
Allow me to show
True
you a
demon.
true demon.
Love how Vegito needs to see Makoto, man. This is the fort that you're looking forward to fight so much, Vegito.
Louder and louder. But meanwhile, watching on, totally unworried, or seemingly affected in the slightest, a covered in black lightning Jiren would just stoically respond, disgusting. If looking like you is the fate left for me for using this
Called
so-called
demon.
demon power, then you may have finally just given me one good reason to reject it. But I will finish you first before deciding anything.
Okay.
Suddenly then rushing in at full speed towards Makoto with his hands bared open like a beast. All the while, the tailed blood demon would just await his prey like a Venus flytrap. But even as Jiren would reach within inches of the demon and ready to brutally slam his fist into him, Makoto would just remain unmoving until... Far too slow! As at the very last second, the blood demon would move back, making Jiren miss in time. But his counter would be the most shocking of all.
Okay.
As suddenly, despite Makoto moving back, at the very same time, plunged his four fleshy tails at breakneck speed straight into the side of Jiren,
No.
penetrating him instantly. What was that? Leaving Jiren to just gasp in pain as a river of blood burst out of not only his wound, but his mouth also. As Makoto, pleased with himself, would just callously then remove his tail, leaking blood as it escapes before continuing. Now, Jiren. I know this is probably your first time fighting a real demon, but you should know, you have a lot more to be aware of than just simple arms and legs with
There's a
us.
blood. He can make anything he wants with his blood.
Before his point is proven cleanly with
He can
Makoto,
just
then
use
using the same
whatever it
tail
is
to slam Jiren's
to create a
chin
tail, to
off.
create a what?
Knocking
Just
the
using
God Killer's
blood,
head
man.
back
He's a
violently.
blood demon.
So hard, in fact, Jiren is then sent flying off into
Will
the
Vegito
distance,
go here and meet
as if the
Jiren and
tail
Makoto
were an
and absorb
oversized
them
arm.
both? Well, Makoto is already like, this is
Causing
on the
Jiren's
last
body to
resort.
launch into a spin
Jiren
across
is
the
maybe
ground
losing
as
or
his
what, I
torso
don't know.
forcefully rolls and rolls across,
It will be going on
reaching a
Vegito's
side
face.
stop of the field, with his face flat on the ground.
I mean, like, Jiren is
Almost
almost
seen
done.
with just that one attack
Makoto
alone,
is already using all of his
Makoto
strength,
had
with
knocked
Vegito
out the
is
God Killer.
good as new after absorbing Broly.
But walking over,
He'll get a
not
bonus,
convinced
man,
in the
if he goes
slightest,
here.
would
He
be the
meets
grotesque
Makoto
monster
and
that
Jiren,
is now.
and he can also test out
As he
his
gets
abilities.
closer and closer and comments sadistically, "Come on now, is that all it takes? Why even pretend? We both know you are capable of far more than just this. Get up and give me one last real challenge.
Okay.
I still have just enough time before the power
Lucif.
of Lucif overwhelms me." And proving Makoto's point, almost as if having heard him, Jiren would then be seen getting up just barely, trembling as he does so on his knees and elbows, as blood from his wound would begin to seep out. until finally, with his mouth gasping for air, he would look up and let out the speed of that attack and the force. It cut through my body like it was nothing. Its edge is even sharper than his katana. If he had aimed for my vital spots on either of those attacks, I'd be dead already. Why? Why did he spare me? And as he uses every bit of his remaining strength to push through the pain, Jiren would then get up onto one knee.
Don't tell me they alive because he hate Grand Prix so much. Don't tell me he spared Jiren. And actually Vegito, knowing all the fact that he really wants them to take a revenge on the Grand Prix. So the point is to make Jiren as strong as Vegito and to make him the ally of Vegito. Will it go there? Will Makoto betray the gods and join with Vegito?
But this weakened state would only be short-lived before...
Okay, he don't care. For now, let's just focus here. I'll just focus on this, I don't care about any theories for now.
The adversity and agony, and power his aura to an all-new high as he screams to his heart's content.
Okay.
Yes, young Jiren, that is more like it. Show me how much more you can tap into the great Lucid's power. And in response, Jiren, as if one step ahead, would already be rushing in with conviction, straightforward yet again, despite what had happened earlier. And in a show of true dominance, Makoto would remain with his arms folded, but with his four bloody tails moving around as if with minds of their own, goading Jiren's arrival as he gets closer and closer. But as Jiren moves forward, he would think to himself, if you believe I will fall for the same tricks more than once, then you have severely
Young warrior, old warrior,
me, old warrior. And just as the fourth would attack, once more with insane speed with one of his fleshy tails, Jiren, with impressive foresight, would quickly dodge perfectly. So fluidly and precisely, as if making use of his ultra instinct, that after images would be left behind until ultimately... Jiren would reach this time to the fourth and land a devastating punch that would strike directly onto the cheek and already closed left eye of Makoto. But alarmingly, not only would the Blood Angel remain still with his arms folded, but with a crazed grin as he looks on at Jiren's fist as if not fazed in the slightest, commenting, "Oh wow, seems I gave you a little too much credit, Jiren. You don't know how to use that power of yours at all. I knew I should have gone for Vegito instead. Maybe I'd actually feel his attacks." These attacks angering the former destroyer, who simply cannot believe at this point that his attacks are not working at all, as he thinks, my punch did nothing? Ludicrous. This darkness flowing through me. This kind of energy should be felt by anything and anyone. There is no way Son Goku could be as strong as this. This must be some form of trickery. Leading to Jiren then quickly cocking back his fist to try again, yelling out, "Whatever your lies, justice will be served." Launching violently with increased speed and frequency into a barrage of punches that all strike on the fourth. Just
You say
perhaps
Son Goku can
not on
get
the
any
target
more
he
stronger
wished
than this?
for,
He
as
has the
if being
absorption
protected by his
device,
own guard,
Jiren.
Makoto would then
Vegeta
be
will go
unmoved
through
as
any
each
lengths
of
to
his
get
four
stronger.
tails would whip back and forth, defending against every one of Jiren's fists, leading to the blood demon with his tongue out to goad. Having fun there, Jiren? When may I join in too? Right about now! As suddenly, Jiren would then prove his worth once more and finally strike Makoto through his tail defense, sending the off-balance form moving sideways. As Jiren would then yell out, "Do not underestimate me!" Leaving the blood demon to then step back with his arms no longer folded as he begins to remember the threat that Jiren poses.
Okay.
With Jiren looking at him coldly and commenting, "When will you finish with your poor attempts at insulting me? I left you for dead once. And if you continue like this, it will only happen again. Fight with your all. Show me you have even a shred of honor." But the devilish one-eyed creature would just laugh at first, before replying, "You're right. I should take you more seriously. But as the old adage goes, be careful what you wish for, young man. This may be
In
over
a flash.
in a flash." Leaving a confused Jiren to wonder what those words could possibly mean, as he cautiously watches for any kind of movement from the relaxed appearing blood demon until suddenly a sonic frequency is heard as something speeds towards Jiren at incomparable speed. "Hello!" As suddenly, as if having used instant transmission, Makoto would immediately appear right behind Jiren, his tails slathering on the totally unsuspecting Godkiller, as just out of the corner of his eyes, he would realize thinking, "No, his speed, it's jumped again." But mid-thought, Makoto would turn his body around, whipping his tails directly onto the back of Jiren, sending him forward.
Makoto winning
After
again.
my wall, didn't you? As Makoto would then straight after this lift his arm up into the air, flexed, ready to chop down, as the pain-stricken Jiren would still appear struggling to recover. "I'd move if I were you, Jiren. I won't be letting you live with this slice."
No. Okay, Jiren's gone.
And as the blood demon would swipe his arm with ferocity, Jiren would do just that.
Okay, Jiren gone.
Possibly to the surprise of Makoto as he vanishes and then suddenly appears far off into the distance and curiously high in the sky, with even Makoto remarking, "You didn't need to move that far. What are you doing? Thinking you can run away?" But Jiren, high above, would look far from on the run. His eyes focus deeply on Makoto as he lets out, "From what you say, it seems now that I've gone down this path, I couldn't run from my destiny even if I wanted.
Okay.
My only solace is removing pests like you from my trail." Very true, Jiren. But I'm not sure about getting rid of us pests. How exactly do you plan on doing that while so outclassed? by destroying you along with this planet. As suddenly,
that's why he
spreading
goes
his palm
up.
wide to the
That's why he
ground
goes
and aimed
up in the
directly
air.
at
He wants to
Makoto,
crush the
a
planet.
strange and unfamiliar ball of dark energy begins
Hakai
to fall
energy, I
in
think, or
Jiren's
what?
hand. Soon increasing in
Hakai energy.
size to even rival Jiren's body, as pressure and wind from just its generation reaches all the way down to the blood demon who comments, "Huh, well, I'll be." Seems he's tapping into even more
Energy
demon
with that
energy with
attack.
that attack. His body truly has a talent for handling Lucifer's power. Perfect.
Right? Right, perfect.
I see
Right, man, perfect, man.
you
He
still
would
choose
love
to
Lucifer so much. I mean, like, he could probably betray. Don't tell me this is only, you know, like Makoto is only testing out Jiren's part and then like, young Jiren, stop. I want to help you defeat the gods or something.
challenge
Like,
my
why is
attacks
perfect? Why is he loving that Jiren can
on.
control Lucifer's
very
power so
well,
much?
Warren. Underestimate me at your own risk. As the stoic Jiren would look down, unimpressed that Makoto would still refuse to acknowledge his power. While the crazed blood demon would just invite the attack, yelling, "Don't worry, I have not underestimated you at all. I just know that you still have a long way to go before challenging me. Bring it on!"
Oh, okay.
And just like that, Jiren in response would scream with ferocity as his giant ball of demonic energy that now resembles a spirit bomb shoots down directly towards the still standing Makoto, who has all four of his tails flared up as if ready to catch. If this is what you thought would be my end, then you're stupider than I thought! But in reality, instead of catching, Makoto would quickly opt to bring all four of his blood-made tails forward in front of him, each touching at the tip, creating a makeshift shield. And to perhaps no surprise, it would work seemingly perfectly, as instantly, Jiren's attack would begin grinding against the tails of Makoto, stopped in its tracks as the surface of the planet begins to wipe off to completion from the power being emitted.
Yep.
What? But soon enough, as we look closer, things may not be going as swimmingly as previously thought. As
Jiren's
dark ball
attacks is overwhelming Makoto's defense.
would find itself reaching nearer and nearer to the blood demon's face.
He's gonna break the defense of Makoto.
For the force
Hey, I love this. Don't tell me. Oh my
in
god.
this new monstrous form, monstrous techniques exist too. As in Broly-like fashion,
Oh,
a
he
bright
uses
red
the-
ball of energy would suddenly appear, being created.
He uses like
in his mouth
Broly,
before.
using the mouth.
Like a sniper, Makoto would then fire his beam of energy, which astonishingly does not just push back Jiren's, but is also so powerful
That cuts,
it shoots
man.
right through the beam and reaches Jiren within an instant, with the aftermath being a
Okay.
truly gigantic explosion mid-air that would coat both warriors as collateral damage,
Okay.
with each in view as just a cloud of smoke before both finally would be revealed once more, dirtier than ever, both with some damage, but each with rage in their eyes, as Jiren comments, You've proven yourself worthy of your name, fourth. But I cannot die here. Not yet. Son Goku would never forgive me in the afterlife. So optimistic of you to believe you'll have an afterlife. Little do you know, those branded as demons have a fate far worse than death awaiting.
Okay.
It is why I hid myself for all these years in the mortal realm, containing this power that cannot be controlled out here. Now my time is running short. You will be my ticket to remaining here during the grey.
Oh no, he's... What?
But just as Makoto would begin yelling out a nonsensical speech, a sharp pain would afflict his body as blood is forced out from his internal
Is it
organs.
his too damaged or
Looking
what?
down injured and weakened already, he would
Yes,
think,
is it his too... Oh yeah,
reaching
he's
my
too
limit.
damaged.
Lucid's energy will overcome me. If that happens, all hell will be let loose. I'd be erased by the fifth or the priest
Instantly.
instantly. I have to do it now. But seeing his opportunity on the patter of Makoto's blood onto the ground, Jiren would already have launched straight forward at Makoto, ready to capitalize.
He's
And
ready to use the
internally,
moment.
mid-flight,
Just as
would
Broly
cautiously
did it to
think,
Vegito back.
this could be another trick. But either way, I cannot let this chance go.
Okay.
And it would seem that this was no trick at all. As with his defenses low, Jiren would land a backhand right on the torso of Makoto, sending the demon flying back initially before... Lucky hit! He would soon dig his heels and tails into the ground and stop himself from moving back any further. But this would be nothing to Jiren, as he would just strafe forward to attack once more. Come then! Even like this, you're still nothing but a runt! Though Makoto would be preparing himself, his own fist tightened as he beckons the God Killer. Come to me, my vessel! As suddenly the wolf would unleash and open all 8 of his limbs, accepting in Jiren's attack, while
He's gonna
interestingly
don't
referring to him by a
my
strange
vessel.
name.
Don't tell me it will be like Vegeta. Vegeta used
Just like
Broly.
that, the two would meet eye to eye.
Broly's power is absorbed by
For some reason,
Vegeta, but
it only seems like Jiren is prepared
But
to actually
Makoto
attack.
is
While a
not
massive
thinking
demonic
about
grin
absorbing only the power, but
seems to appear
using
on
Jiren's
Makoto's
body to contain himself.
And so Jiren would once again make contact. His attack strong, and while Makoto is clearly a shell of himself, it would damage him far more than any previous attack. As with his cheek caved in and liquid splattering from his mouth, the blood demon would remain unusually silent. This all ends here, warrior! While Jiren, now coating his final fist in a powerfully concentrated fiery aura, would attempt to combo into one more battle-ending assault. But as he attacks, Jiren's punch is surprisingly grabbed by the force arm, leaving Jiren to stare annoyed and comment, "Seems you have even more to give after." Too little too late, however. This battle ends now! As quickly, an angered Makoto would then grab onto Jiren's next punch as well, struggling as he holds on yelling, "You're right! This battle does end here! But not the way you're hoping, God Killer! Give up! But these tough words from the weakened blood demon would prove fruitless, as the oversized, bulky Jiren would quickly begin overpowering the fourth, pushing him back effortlessly. Fine, I give up. You win this battle. But in a shocking turn, Makoto would seemingly then concede,
Okay.
loosening his grip as he allows Jiren to overpower him. But unbeknownst to Jiren, behind Makoto, those hidden tails would begin plotting something of their own.
This is the way.
But I win.
He's gonna absorb Jiren's body. He's absorbing Jiren's body.
Unbelievably, Makoto's 4 tails
He
would then do
absorbed
the unthinkable,
Jiren. He will
stabbing
use
straight
Jiren as
through
his
the
new
demon's own
body.
body and
Through
gut
the name
the
of a
unsuspecting
vessel, I think.
Jiren also. All in an instant, and so fast,
Jiren is
Jiren
dying,
hardly
man.
has a chance to even let go of Makoto's palm. His eternal
It's not
organs now
done, man.
completely ruptured. The God Killer is left without words, only able to cough up a splash of blood that splatters all over the face of Makoto. Delicious.
Oh yeah,
But
he's
in
a blood
disgusting
demon, yeah. He
scene,
loves blood.
Makoto would proceed to instantly use his oversized tongue to then lick off the traces of his foe's blood, before pulling his tongue away and yelling, "I thought I told you! Keep your eyes on more than just my arms and legs! I guess it's too late to learn now." But despite the laughs, the horrifying result on Jiren's end would be his lifeless eyes, now blurring in and out of consciousness, just looking on as he silently mutters,
Son Goku. Oh no.
"You stabbed yourself? How do you
Die.
die?" Because there's always so much life around me! As suddenly, out of nowhere, Makoto's body would explode into a wave of blood itself, and suddenly shoot straight into the wound and body of Jiren. All done so fast, it would almost appear as if Makoto had just vanished.
He goes inside Jiren. He
The
goes
aftermath
inside
being a
Jiren.
shocked Jiren, with a red face,
He uses
having
Jiren
been
as his new
slathered
body.
in the
He'll go
point-blank
inside Jiren and
explosion of
absorb him,
blood,
just the way
before
Vegito absorbed
revealing his
everybody.
long confused self alone on the battlefield.
Okay.
Now that his enemy had, at least to him, completely disappeared. But Makoto's disappearance would be the last of Jiren's concerns in the end, as in a devastating view, a gaping hole in the middle of Jiren's stomach would then be shown. And as more of his life force bleeds out, a trembling Jiren would try his best to stand up straight in silence until... Son Goku, I failed. Ultimately, the damage would prove far too great,
Okay.
and Jiren would abruptly then fall to what is presumably his untimely death. That is until, of course, some way, somehow, not even moments later, Jiren would find some strength within once again.
It's not him, it's
Slowly
Makoto.
crawling up, as his head would then begin to rise with closed
It's
eyes
Makoto.
and silence.
This is Makoto, it's not Jiren. Right? Know it.
Finally, a body
For a
fit for a
demon.
demon. Jiren would awaken, revealing now the same red seraphim eyes
It's
as
Makoto.
Makoto once had.
Makoto is finding a suitable body for him and he finally
Noticeably
gets it.
more dastardly looking
He
Jiren
finally gets
looks
it.
to his hands as if never having seen them before, and
So
comments,
this will be the new
"I
fort.
told you I would get you, my
This is the
dear
new
vessel.
fort that Vegito will
Jiren,
find.
great. Your body will allow my
To grow
powers
even
to grow
further.
even further. A body to truly
The
handle
power
the
Lucifer.
power of Lucifer. I will finally be able to use my blood demon form without fear of
Okay.
death. But if you are only the weaker of the two god killers,
He will go. he will go and visit Vegito.
then I simply must see for myself just how powerful the
He wants to
other
go
one
to
is.
see Vegito.
His body may be an even greater vessel than yours. Just the body I need to take down
Z, man.
and prove to Master Dai that he was always wrong about me. Vegito!
He gonna love Vegito's body
Without
more
a
than
word
Jiren,
more,
man.
in pure excitement, the fourth, now within the body of Jiren, would then blast off
So
into
Vegito
the
will
sky
anyway
in
anyhow
search of his
fight the
next
fourth from the
victory,
beginning.
with only one certain god killer on his mind.
Vegito absorbed Broly.
But talking of the
Makoto
god killer,
absorbed
back with Vegito,
Jiren.
he would remain standing still, staring at the sky, thinking briefly, before I
Wait,
go
by the way, this is a funny thought, man. The two demons, which are Vegito, absorb a god killer named Broly. And a demon named Makoto absorbed a god killer named Jiren. How irony,
find the
man.
fourth, I better recover some
Okay.
energy. I haven't eaten in ages.
Okay.
I don't even know how I do it. Before
He'll
finally,
go where?
a smile would crack on Vegito's
Bulma?
face as he thinks fondly of his late wife and says, you know, I never really appreciated her cooking back when I was home. But man, I miss Chi-Chi's
Oh, he's
meals.
gonna see Chi-Chi.
I bet one of those would get me back to full strength. Soon, my love. And instantly, with his daydream over, Vegito, just like Jiren, would then shoot into the sky. And soon, as we look on at the vast expanse of space, Vegito would be seen flying through at warp
Okay.
speed, eagerly trying to find a suitable planet to land and eat. And as he zooms through, still smiling, he would
Don't
say,
tell me he meets Frieza's
this
sheep.
speed,
Frieza's
how
ship.
mind-boggling. Broly's power is truly one of the best additions I ever made. I feel as strong now in base as I would have in blue.
Oh my
Maybe the
god.
rest of the five won't be needed after all.
He will see a
But
ship.
just as he would
Frieza's
begin
ship.
gaining confidence, a new presence would be felt right near him. And one that just cannot be ignored as he comments, What? What is that I'm sensing? Did the fourth of the five strongest find me already? Not quite.
Okay,
monkey. But as Vegito would wonder,
Oh no,
a strange
Vegito
familiar
meets
voice
Frieza.
would answer for him, leading to Vegito quickly turning around, yelling, Monkey? Who the hell?
Frieza. Frieza's ship.
But as he does so, only shock would await
He
him.
can eat there as well if you want
Unbelievably
to.
behind him, a massive spaceship would meet his gaze.
Frieza.
And one with a very iconic design that could only belong to one family of creatures.
Frieza.
And unsurprisingly, out of the ship's opening window, none other than Frieza would
Oh,
come
no.
out, sitting in his chair in his final form already, with a typical devious
Okay.
smirk. And as Frieza would soon reach in front of Vegito, he would say, I may not be the fourth, but I may be just as much as a challenge for the likes of you two monkeys. Or should I
Three.
say three?
Because he knows there's Broly.
Frieza! You survived too? But for the God Killer, just the very sight of seeing the former Emperor of the Universe would be enough to freeze him in shock, as thoughts from his far-gone past suddenly rushed through him. But it would quickly switch to annoyance, as Vegito would let out, Now what the hell are you doing here? Didn't you learn your lesson enough last time? If you're up to no good, you picked the wrong time to run into me.
Oh.
But this would just bring on a perhaps nervous laughter, as Frieza would just say, What a warm welcome for a dear friend. I see even 10 years has no effect on educating you silly monkeys on common courtesy. Before then jumping out to meet Vegito face to face.
Okay.
And with his arms folded, would then say, "Well, I'm here as I have been watching you, and I have been waiting for your eventual arrival to this godforsaken universe. You approached me once in the afterlife with a proposal that could benefit me, which it has, but now I have a proposal
Good
of
value
equal
to you.
value
Okay. 10 years ago, Goku gave a proposal to revive Frieza after the TOP is ended, and then now
you.
what?
But Vegito, seemingly already dismissing the
He
Emperor,
don't care.
would just respond, "Look, Frieza, maybe 10 years ago, something you had to offer me would have been on my radar. But I've got bigger things to worry about now. Far bigger fish. So for now, take your proposal and shove it up your... Wait!" But suddenly,
This look of
Frieza's look
Frieza.
would change almost entirely. As with a cunning peer, he would continue, "You should really learn to hear someone out before making a decision, monkey."
Okay, he's pouring out.
As suddenly, Frieza would finally, for the first time in the Ultra Vegito series, showcase his new Black Frieza form. His power now at an unreal level.
So this
it first
form is
been
indeed
achieved
coming
10
from
years
manga.
ago from just a couple weeks of training.
Golden.
And now,
Golden Frieza,
10
now
years ago,
Black
from just a
Frieza.
couple weeks of training. And now, after a
He
decade,
continued
just
training.
what has the Frost Demon achieved?
Golden Frieza, which is a weeks, and now 10 complete years of training.
What?
Black Frieza.
Frieza! That energy! How?
Mm-hmm.
And judging by the God Killer's reaction,
Oh no.
it may be an achievement that shocks everyone.
Oh no.
But that was it for today's video, guys. And if you made it this far, leave me a hashtag black.
what?
That's it for today's video, guys. And if you made it this far, leave me
This
a
is a Zeno, and Frieza is touching him like he's a doll or something.
hashtag black in the comments down
Help you
below.
take down,
Let me know just what
and his
proposal
insufferable.
Frieza could possibly have, or
You
just
must have known
find out
even
what happens next right now on my
that
Patreon,
finishing those
where you can see
two.
the full next video, fully voice acted, soundtracked, and edited for you to
He's
enjoy
gonna make a bargain to Zeno? Like, what?
with over
He's crushing Zeno?
4,300 plus other fans, as well with over
Who could fight what?
4,300 plus other fans, as well as getting access to 250 plus other fan mongers too. It's the deal of
Oh
the
my god, I'm
century.
speechless. Wait. Man, I'm just freaking speechless to see this. Like, what freaking thing? Frieza? Like, so wait, since I haven't read any manga, please clarify me, is this only a form available on the Ultra Vegito series? I guess not. This is a form in the manga, maybe, presumably maybe. So Black Frieza, a form he gained after a constant 10 years, a decade training. Previously just golden after weeks, and now he is gone strong. The proposal is to give a battle to Vegito, I think. So Vegito will fight Frieza. And then, like, what other proposal? Are there only a proposal for Vegeta to fight Frieza and, like, to taste your own power? Is that it? I mean, like, you want to know how much I evolved, right? Goku, right? Kakarot or something, right? 10 years ago, and Frieza will provide the same proposal back to Vegito? Or will he say he's gonna help Vegeta to sort the gods out? But looking at the preview, like what's a Frieza hand doing with a Zeno's head? I'm also curious to see that. So guys, I'm truly interested, but for now I'll cut it here till we meet again next week on another set of Ultra Vegeta. This is getting crazy. And I'm not forgetting Makoto at the slightest. After absorbing Jiren, it will be amazing. And there's a Gogeta. I mean like Goku and Vegeta GT that hasn't been introduced yet in the series. So everything is developing, everything is shaping. I don't know even if this is closing to the end or not, but things are definitely going into the direction we loved. I think, yeah, it's getting crazy, it's getting amazing, and wow. So guys, I think I'll just stop it here till we meet again next time. Bye.